Hi everyone, welcome back to Hope and Coffee. I'm Hope and I have my coffee. And today's coffee is a local coffee that comes out of Nashville and I believe it's called Stay Golden and it utterly tastes delicious. I do just drink it black and brewed in my percolator this morning, but not too long ago. However, it has this wonderful, wonderful cocoa-y chocolate taste that I just absolutely love when I get a beautiful roast like this. So if they're still out there, please go find it because I think I got this from a coffee company called Trade Coffee, which each month you can get a subscription or you can get a bag of coffee each month. And this is not a sponsored post in any way. I just highly recommend that if you love coffee, a coffee subscription is always a great investment in my opinion for finding your favorite new coffees. So that's what this one is. But today, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about living in Chicago. My ex husband and I, we actually honeymooned there, and he had asked me the question, like, would I ever want to live there? Or I think I had maybe even asked him where would he want to live if he wanted to live anywhere, and he told me to Chicago. So I had never visited, and so for our honeymoon we decided to go. And he was already in love with the place, but I pretty much fell in love with the place very quickly. There was so much about the city that there is to do, to see. I am a huge fan of architecture and just the vibrancy, the difference in the buildings and everything. There is gorgeous, gorgeous, uh, just like the intricate design and some of the just and the reliefs and the friezes or what have you. I'm sorry, I don't know all the correct terms for it, but I love staring at it. And even if you go downtown, you can see some of these gorgeous skyscrapers and that are just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But not only that, the city is, in my personal opinion, very clean in certain areas. We lived in the Wicker Park area, and we lived in a place called Winnemac Park. So Winnemac Park is a little bit north, and it's very close to Andersonville and Lincoln Square and Ravenswood. So if you look up there, but then we moved down a little bit more central, a little central but west of the loop in Wicker Park. Wicker Park is also pretty well known for being a hub of activity. But again, gorgeous architecture, beautiful buildings. We lived in this 3 floor, might have been a 4 floor Greystone that we lived in the basement unit, the garden unit, and it was only about 3 steps down, so very easy to get in and out. And high ceilings, wood burning fireplace, and we loved it. The city itself, honestly, I think in the summer and the spring, it makes up for all of those winter months. And honestly, you get used to the winters. The public transit makes it so easy to get around that you learn to bundle up. And I didn't have to dig out my car. I didn't have to use a ton of gas. And yes, gas was kind of expensive, but I was rarely buying gas anyway, except if we were going to travel out to one of the suburbs to maybe go to IKEA, or maybe we were going to travel north and go do something that up in that area. But there's so much in the city itself that you could just hop on the bus or the train and it'll take you wherever you're trying to go. So even in the winters, it's beautiful and the snow falls and it's quiet and it's peaceful. And sure, like you're gonna have you're gonna have ups and downs to all cities. And some people ask me about crime rate. Well, in the areas that we lived, I didn't feel unsafe at all. I felt very secure in the areas where we were. Even walking my dogs at night did not feel uncomfortable. I don't feel like I heard any more ambulances or sirens than I did in LA or even here in Huntsville. And I just feel like it's just part of city living in that capacity. Again, I felt like I could walk to all my favorite places, my favorite food joints. There was a grocery store down the way, or I could Instacart. If it was cold and freezing, I could have someone drop it off right at my front door. So, just a super, super convenient city. There was a burger place within a quarter mile of the Wicker Park apartment called Small Cheval. And I will tell you, all they pretty much sell is burgers, fries, and milkshakes. And they were utterly divine. And every time I go back to the city, I still try to go hit up Small Cheval and just sit on their patio because I think sitting inside, there's only like 10 chairs. So you sit outside on the patio, enjoy your burger, enjoy your fries, and then just go for a walk, drink your milkshake and go for a walk because that city is so walkable and you'll find so many hidden gems just wherever you want to go. But I did let him have the city as we were starting kind of the separation process, but I don't hold any hard feelings towards him, and if he holds hard feelings towards me, I completely understand because I was the one who kind of decided that we both deserved more from that, like from our relationship and from what kind of we were going to have out of life. But I will go back to that city every single opportunity that I can. One of my favorite museum is there, the Museum of Science and Industry, the Field Museum, the Shed Aquarium, the Adler Planetarium. We went to so many fantastic concerts. There were free music in Millennium Park and ice skating. So I cannot tell you enough good things about Chicago. I don't know why more people either don't go or why they have a bad perspective on it, but I would love to hear your thoughts about it because I feel like after having lived there for the years that I lived there, I would absolutely move back. I hold nothing but fond memories of that city and would eagerly seek out an opportunity to move back and hopefully find a wonderful little graystone because Chicago has graystones instead of like how New York has brownstones. So they're little multi-united, multi-floored apartment kind of buildings. In Chicago, they're more or less called graystones. And I would love to find just a floor in one of the Chicago graystones again and just kind of settle in again because some of my favorite memories. I found nail salons that were amazing. My favorite chiropractor is there. I would love to go back to his practice. He had, at the time, in house massage therapist that did wonders for my neck and back. And I cannot say enough about ice cream. And that was the city that I actually found my love for running. So, if a city can encourage you to run, I don't even know. Like, I haven't found that same passion for running outside the way I did when I lived in Chicago. There was just something about that city, just the energy of that city that made me feel so good to be there. And yeah, I would happily go back. But if you have any questions about Chicago, please let me know down below or reach out to me on one of these links. But I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about Chicago. I've got other stories I can tell. I'll probably have another episode about LA soon. So stay tuned for that. And I will see you all on the next page.